And we can see that we're collecting our data here in the ETVision application. We can see our yellow gaze cursor on the phone. We've got 4 markers that we've attached on a plate that attaches to the back of the phone. And we're going to use those 4 markers to track where the phone is in space and then transform the gaze relative from the scene camera, which is looking at the phone, to the actual phone itself. So this is what we call StimTrac. So what we're going to do is come in here and we're going to go into Track Monitor. Now usually these markers are identified automatically, sometimes with a cluttered background such as we have here. You have to identify the 4 corners real quickly with the cursor, just adjust it on there. And we tell it to go ahead, turn on, and start StimTrac. And it will track those 4 markers automatically. It just plays through the video and tracks those 4 markers in time for each frame. And that will give us a relationship to where the phone is in space. So once we're done with that, we can save the monitor node and come in here and go ahead and configure the stimulus. Now we've already designed a background. We took a screenshot of the video game and attached some areas of interest to that static image. We only have to do that to that one image. And we just click on the 4 corners of the phone itself. And that sets a relationship between those 4 markers and the stimulus that we're presenting. Then we can transform the gaze from that forward-facing scene camera of the ETVision to the actual stimulus or the iPhone in this case. And we can see our gaze is now accurate. We're going through looking at each of those fields. We're looking at the scores and the spinner and what our information up at the top is. And we're using a heat map right here with a gaze trail. Now, what we can do now is go ahead and find fixations. And these fixations will be made relative to the transformed data that has areas of interest. And now we know how much time we spent on the playing field, the control, the balance, the scores, last win, all of these things. And here we can see an image with the areas of interest, the bounding boxes. We can see the red around the scores at the top, the green around the playing field, etc. And we can show this with the fixations now. So these fixations are a series of gaze points at a certain amount of time for a certain duration, and these gaze points are represented here by these yellow dots. The bigger the yellow dot, the longer the fixation. It's a way to visualize the fixations. The nice thing about this now is we're going to use the same background. We can see we have 3 different participant files on the left, and we can go ahead and do a group statistic because the commonality here is that screenshot with the areas of interest attached to it. So now we can apply all 3 participants and see their gaze points moving around with the different colors. We could do a composite of the heat map, etc. To look at this in a visualization manner. You can turn any one of them off and on. I should stop the video and start playing it again. But in any case, this is what we can do with the visualization of the group statistics.